All right, welcome into the College Football Roundtable. I'm your host, Chris. You can find me on Twitter at CFB Talk 07. You can also find our show account, joint account at CFB underscore SZN. We're going to do an award show tonight with Season. Let's bring him on. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, man? Let's knock out this award show, dog. I'm pumped up for it.
I am too. It's always my favorite time of the year. I love watching those shows, and I've watched them since I was a little kid. It's one of the one things that I still enjoy about, well, I enjoy a lot of college football, but there's so many things that go on with it. This is one of the few things that is awesome to watch every year. Seeing these kids get the awards for their season and all that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I've been watching this show since I started watching college football as well. The Home Depot Awards, boy.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of go and we'll give our reasons and stuff like that. We'll kind of go down the list of what they do at the Home Depot Award Show.
Which, which is on Thursday, by the way. I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Thursday,
Thursday. I think it's at 7:30 if I remember correctly.
ESPN probably. So
Yeah. Um. All right. Which one do you want to start with? Does it matter to you?
maybe from like least significant to, or you? I mean, it doesn't matter really.
You want to go? We'll start with the kickers. Let's start there.
All right.
Let's go the Ray Guy Award. I'm going with my boy Brett Thorson, punter for UGA. I think he's done a phenomenal job this year. I think he's one of UGA's best players. Um, he's gotten us in some really good situations with his leg. Unfortunately, I think he tore his knee during the SEC championship game. So that's a big blow for Georgia going to the playoffs. But I think he's been phenomenal this year. That's my pick.
Yeah. So we're doing the Ray guy first. You said the
Yeah,
punter.
Ray Guy.
What's the Florida State guy's name?
That's for the other award. Shoot, what's the name?
The Lou Groza.
Yeah, Lou. Yep, the Lou Award.
Yeah. Well, I can't argue too much with that one. It sucks that he torn his ACL in the championship game, and it's the same thing with Carson Beck. But I can't argue too much on that one. He was phenomenal all year.
Yeah, I agree. So let's go to the Lou one, and I think me and you both agreed on that one, didn't we? So
The kicker.
we're gonna go Ryan Fitzgerald at FSU. I know FSU has not they're 2-10, and there's not very many bright spots with FSU, but Ryan Fitzgerald is a beast. He kept him in the Georgia Tech game. There's been several other games where his leg has been extremely important to them, and the kid is a beast. And he was a kid. He was a kid in high school that broke so many state and school records here in the state of Georgia. And yeah, he's good. I like him a lot.
Why Kirby couldn't get him to stay in Georgia?
His family loves FSU, from what I understand. Big FSU fans.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're the kicker and you're considered one of the best players on your team, you're definitely worthy of the award for sure in my eyes.
Yeah, especially yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's go. Let's see. We'll save. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go to Mackey. You want to go to Mackey?
Oh, this one's easy right here for us too. Tyler Warren, best tight end in the country. Big Tyler Warren from Penn State. He was phenomenal all year. They use him sometimes to run the ball on 4th and 1 short yardage distances, so he can move the sticks. Honestly, you can make a case he's one of the best. He's one of the best players on Penn State. The whole team. Tyler Warren, the big tight end.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's been playing. He's the best tight end in college football. And like you said, they use them. I've seen them use them at running back, quarterback,
Mhm.
H back, tight end, receiver. I'm surprised they haven't thrown him on defense sometimes. Kid is just a beast. And that Bowling Green kid, I can't remember his name, but he's really good too. But he just got bad luck in being in the same year as Tyler Warren. Because Tyler Warren is phenomenal. He's to me, he's the best player on Penn State, and offense and defense. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, Tyler Warren. Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's go. I'll let you talk this one too because you had a really good pick. The Butkus Award, best linebacker, right?
Yeah, best linebacker. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the cat from UCLA. I think it was Connor.
Yeah.
Really tough last name. I ain't gonna butcher it, so I ain't gonna say it. But I'm gonna go with Connor, man. He had like 100 tackles, sacks. He had a couple a pick, pass deflection. The stats for me is what separates him from the other linebackers. And they got some really talented linebackers in this group, but I'm gonna reward the productivity from Connor here and give him the Buckets Award. But I can't argue if you're going someone else here.
I'm actually going to go the same. I know it seems like we're agreeing a lot. I promise we do have disagreements. I think we're saving those for later. I'm going him too. If it was up to me, I can't believe Anthony Hill Jr. didn't get nominated. To me, I really like Anthony. That's who I wanted to pick, but then I seen he wasn't on the finalist list, which is crazy to me. He's been a difference maker for Texas, but yeah, I'm gonna go with UCLA kid too. He's been a beast. All right, let's see. You want to go? Let's go Outland because we do disagree on that one. So Outland, I'm going Nolan Walter. I think he has done phenomenal on the defensive line at Ole Miss. I seen what he did at the Georgia game firsthand, and then I've watched him several games this year just be a huge factor on that defense. And that defense is absolutely loaded, and I think he's been the best player on the defense, and he's going to be a high draft pick. So I'm going Nolan.
I ain't gonna lie, I was torn on this. I was actually kind of leaning all three a little bit, even the Texas cat Kelvin Banks Jr. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't play in the conference championship game. He had caught an injury, and that kind of like made me sway a little bit from him. And then I was kind of down to like Mason Graham versus Nolan. Both got really good stats. I can't argue the stats. Nolan had quite a good bit of sacks. I'm gonna go Mason Graham here. The defensive lineman for Michigan. Michigan's defense was solid all year as well. Just he was an anchor in the middle, a leader on the team. I'm gonna go Mason Graham here for the Outland.
Yeah, Mason. They're both phenomenal players, and both are going to be like highly picked NFL draft guys. And today, if anybody's missed it, I believe Mason Graham declared for the NFL draft today, which isn't a shocker. All right, let's go because this one's going to be easy. Let's go Doak Walker. We ain't even got to say it, but we're gonna say it.
Yeah,
It's
Ashton
Ashton
Smith,
Jeanty. Yeah.
best running back. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Is he the best running back in college football that we've had? I say
Since
past.
since Jonathan Taylor probably.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree.
Or,
He's he's been fun to watch, man.
yeah, over 2,000 yards. Every
Yeah,
single play is just like home run, home run. Even the games where he's getting like 30 something totes, he still's over 100, 200 sometimes yards. It's crazy. I
yeah,
think
and
UNLV
he's
only team. Well, they had one game where he didn't even play like 3 quarters or something like that.
hmm
That was his lowest game of the year, but it was still over 100 yards.
yeah, and then there was the Oregon game where he still had over 100 yards, which was going against Oregon's defense. And then and then in the recent UNLV game, he broke this like 75-yard run. I think it was 75,
I think
and
he came up just short from Sanders' record, huh?
yeah,
There
yeah,
had the count for the championship game for Genty, and he was close.
mhm, yeah, he
What
was
about
close.
his yards after contact was still second in the nation.
Dude, I can't. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I've seen several mock drafts have him being selected at Dallas Cowboys at pick 13.
Uh,
And I'm usually against drafting running backs that high, but I am begging my Cowboys to draft him.
he finished with 2,497 yards and 29 touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a beast. I can't wait to watch him in the playoffs. It's going to be fun. That the playoffs with him is going to be real fun, especially because they play the winner of Penn State and SMU, and we're assuming Penn State's going to win, so that's going to be fun to watch him play against Penn State's defense. And I think he's going to. I don't think Boise will win, but I do think he's going to have a good game. But all right, let's go to Jim Thorpe. I think we did go different directions there. I'm going to go Starks at UGA. I think he's one of the best in the country. And he's just in the SEC championship game. He's made phenomenal plays. Both the Texas games. I think he's one of the best in the country. Who'd you go with on that one?
I went with Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State. Really great player as well. Both phenomenal both NFL players for sure. I can't remember who was the other candidate, but I think that award is going to be coming down to Caleb Downs and Malachi Starks. I'm gonna go Downs here. I think Caleb Downs had a punt return for a touchdown. I'm gonna say too. That may be a difference maker, but both phenomenal players. I can't argue for going Starks. I'm gonna go Downs to be different for the Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, I'm with you. Downs is phenomenal. He's gonna be. What is? Is he a sophomore? Right.
I think so. Yeah, he's coming back.
We get one more year of him. Woo.
Yeah. He's a talented player.
If he wins it, he could be a two-time winner.
Maybe. It would be nice to get back to a corner.
Yeah, it would.
I like corners winning the Thorpes over safeties.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. Davey O'Brien. This one I'm looking forward to talking about. Who did you go with on Davey O'Brien?
Maybe best quarterback award. They had some great candidates. They actually had some pretty solid quarterbacks this year in college football. Really good college football quarterbacks. Some of them got some NFL potential. I'm gonna go Cam Ward right here for the Davey O'Brien. I think the gunslinger, the sidearmer, the big pocket passer, Cam Ward. Great season. He was at times during this year like the Heisman front runner at a couple weeks. He was having a really great season. It's a shame he couldn't make the playoffs. I would like to see him at least get a shot. But I'm gonna go Cam Ward for the Dave O'Brien. Who you going with?
I am actually going to go with a guy that I think has been quietly underrated this year. I don't think he's getting as much love. Shador Sanders. I think because of Travis Hunter, he's not getting a lot talked about a lot because Hunter just kind of dominates the conversation at Colorado. But quietly, Shador Sanders has had a phenomenal season. I think he's played his way into possibly being the first pick in the NFL. And I'm gonna go him. But Cam Ward, I wouldn't. Cam Ward's been phenomenal. Cam Ward to me is the reason why Miami's 10-2. Without Cam Ward, I don't think
Shador had a great season, man.
Yeah,
almost 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, 8 picks.
Yeah, and I think they're both equally really important to their teams. I think if you took Shador off the team, I think Colorado probably doesn't have the year that they have. But I also think that with Cam Ward, I think Cam Ward, if you took him off this Miami team, I honestly don't think they go 10-2. I really think that because he saved them in so many games.
So many games, you're right about that. They're probably like a 6-6 team without Ward, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree there. And that's why, and this will be for another conversation another day. But I'm curious to see what Miami does in the portal. All right, so we did the Doak, Jim Thorpe, Davey O'Brien, Maxwell. Who'd you go there?
I'm going to go Ashton Jeanty for the Maxwell Award. The reason why I put him over Hunter for the Maxwell is because he didn't have no bad games this year, Ashton Jeanty. So I think, I forgot what was the, what the nickname of the Maxwell. Is that just the best player in college football?
Yeah, player of the year.
Player of the year. Yeah, I'm going to go Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah, I actually almost flipped here just a minute ago, but your point about not having any bad games, I'm gonna go Jeanty too. I wanted to go Dylan Gabriel, but he was a little, Jeanty's just been so consistent. He really has not had a bad game. So yeah, I'm going Jeanty too. We've said a lot about him, and he's phenomenal, man. Let's see, what else did we not do?
Yeah.
Oh, the Jim. Oh, Jim Thorpe. No, we did that. We did that. Heisman. Is that our last one? Like over the awards? Oh no, yeah, okay. So let's go. You want to go ahead and do the?
Best wide receiver.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's it. Best wide receiver. Who'd you go with?
All right. The Bolitnikov. I'm gonna go with Nash from San Jose State. Um, man, some like for this one, some really great candidates as well. You know, Travis Hunter, T Mac. The reason why I didn't go T Mac was because man, he only had 8 touchdowns on the year, and 4 touchdowns came in the first week of the season. I think the first game, his production wasn't really consistent enough for me. Now T Mac's a really great NFL. He's going to be a really good NFL wide receiver, I would say. But for this college football award, I'm gonna go Nash. Man, he had like 114 catches. I think he led the country in catches. He might have led the countries in touchdowns as well. So I just think his production was off the charts. So I'm gonna go Nash for the Bolitnikov Award.
You know what we said before the show? I was going to go Hunter. I'm going to hit an audible, and I'm actually going to go Nash too because
Nash,
yeah,
yeah.
you convinced me because I looked up Hunter's stats, and he is phenomenal.
Mhm.
I want to. San Jose State had a really great year, and for them, I think he's so important for his team. Nash is. Um, I'm not taking nothing away from Hunter. Me and you have expressed our love for Hunter all year, but I think if you take Hunter off Colorado with Shador and the other receivers, they would have still been okay. But I don't know if you can say that with taking Nash off San Jose State. He was like their best player.
And T Mac's probably their Arizona's best player as well. But man, his
He's
production his
yeah,
production wasn't as great as Hunter and Nash. But however, I think T Mac might even have the highest ceiling maybe NFL wide receiver wise.
yeah. Um, all right, now we're gonna go the Chuck. We're just gonna say Chuck Award, best defensive
Bernard,
defense.
Chuck
Yeah,
Bernard.
best defensive player of the year.
Man,
Who
I
you
forgot,
going?
who I wrote down for that one.
This is the finalists is Travis Hunter, Carter at Penn State, and Caleb Downs.
I'm gonna go Travis. Well, defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
Caleb's Downs, Travis Hunter, and who's the other cat?
Carter at Penn State. He was the D line or the.
Man, I kind of want to go Travis Hunter, but man, they
I
didn't
changed mine.
they didn't
Yeah,
really throw that much to him. Like I don't know if his production was great enough defensively. But then you can make an argument that he was just so dominant that they didn't try him that much. But I don't
yeah,
know.
true.
Yeah, who you going with in this one?
I'm actually gonna go Carter.
Yeah,
I think he was phenomenal in Penn State, and he's made a lot of good plays. He's the best player on the defensive side of the field, and he's made a lot of really good plays this year. And yeah, I'm gonna go Carter, Penn State.
yeah, and I kind of already gave Caleb Downs an award, and
Hmm.
Travis Hunter, he's been getting awards all night. It's like so, let's show some love to Penn State right here.
Yeah. All right, our Heisman winner of the year. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I don't think it would be a surprise.
Hey, Jenny, you switching on me, boy?
I wanted to, I did, but I'm gonna keep Hunter. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie. The conference championship game almost swayed me. I do think it's gonna be a lot closer than people are expecting.
I think it's gonna be like a couple
Yeah,
votes, probably close.
I really do because number
It's been
one, it's gonna be that way. Yeah, because they're both really great players, but I also do think there is some that vote for this award that is going, and I'm not taking nothing away from Genty, but I think there's some that hate Dion so much
Mhm.
that they're just going to vote Genty just because of their hate for Dion.
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah, but man, Travis Hunter, he had so many more primetime games for the country. Ashton Genty, he had Oregon, and then he had the conference championship game. That's the only 2 times the country got a chance to watch Jenny. Kind of, that may play a role. I wonder how Jenny's votes going to do in the South region, the East region.
mhm.
They're going to get many votes in the East and the South. Um, that's another thing I might but it's going to be so close, man. Ashton Jennings was so phenomenal. No bad games. That's another thing Heisman voters like to go for. They're very big on stats. They're very big on no bad games all year. Travis Hunter he had an injury. He got hurt a game or two. He missed some quarters. That could hurt Hunter's chances. But for me, I just think I'm going with the generational talent here. I'm going with Travis Hunter. I mean, he was a two-way player, locked down on the outside corner. Really great receiver. I think he had 97 receptions as a receiver. Just making flashy plays all year. I think Hunter had more of a Heisman moments than Jenny as well. Jenny
Mhm.
just had just yards, like yards and touchdowns. I don't know if he had any like key moments, I would say, during his season. You agree with that?
No, I agree. I'm going Hunter.
You kind of
I
need
just
that.
think
You need Heisman moments.
yeah, you need Heisman moments, and plus, I really do genuinely think he's the best player in college football. I think what he does on the defensive side and the wide receiver side, I just man, the kid is special to play
right.
that many snaps too, and to be dominant, on both sides. I just think is phenomenal. He had like over 1,000 yards receiving. I didn't think he was going to have that much
No,
this year. I thought it was going to be like in the 700 to 800 range.
97 receptions too. That's a lot of
Yeah,
receptions. Yeah.
yeah,
He got some picks. Yeah, I think he had 4 picks.
mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's yeah. I think it's him, but I do think it's going to be closer than people think.
I think it's gonna be
Um,
really close. Yeah.
yeah, it's. I have not. I'll put it to you this way. I was talking to Austin, our other
I'll
co-host.
mad either way. I wouldn't be mad
Yeah,
either way. I'm happy. I'll
I
be happy.
haven't. I haven't watched the Heisman in so many years. I'm actually going to watch it this year.
I do watch it every year. This
Yeah,
is by far the closest one I think we ever had in a while.
I just love it because I mean there is a quarterback as a finalist, but we kind of know who it's between, and it's not a quarterback for once. And I do
That's,
kind of love that.
and it'll be nice to get a defensive player.
Yeah,
It'll be so nice, so healthy for the sport.
yeah,
A
it
running
will be.
a running back too. It's been a while since a running back, but defense, bro. Come on, we need that for the sport.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm a running back guy, so running back's my favorite position. So it wouldn't hurt my feelings if Genty won too, because
Yeah,
everybody says the running back position's dying, but I want to bring it back to life. So, all right, let's go. The assistant coach of the year. I forgot what that one's called. I didn't write it down.
that is the Broyles Award, and
Yeah.
we both agreed on this one. We're going with Will Stein, offensive coordinator for the Oregon Ducks. Phenomenal season, really splashy offense, and he was really aggressive with his passing offense. Stein,
Hmm.
he won that Ohio State game because he was on attack mode and he stayed aggressive with the passing game. Man, he's really great with the passing game, and just I think he was the best assistant all year, and a big reason why they went undefeated. Obviously, they have the talent, but I feel like they have a just everywhere on the staff as well.
Yeah. Earlier in the season, Oregon's offense was struggling against Boise State and Idaho, and it wasn't looking good. I've been super impressed with how he like adjusted his like he adjusted everything, and like he changed it a little bit with Dylan Gabriel. He got him more comfortable. He started doing things to help Dylan. I know he was a lot of times rolling him out to the other side that he doesn't throw, and like I really was impressed with how he kind of adapted as the season went on, and really helped Dylan be more comfortable, and then using the wide receivers. The running game's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I did not expect them to run like they did against Penn State.
man, you remember Oregon in weeks 1 through 4?
Yeah,
We were all like, "What's bro? We got to clean up that offense. Clean up that offense." Remember at the beginning of the year?
yeah,
They, shit, they hit stride though, man.
yeah. And
Yeah,
right now they look like the favorite to win it all.
yeah, yep.
All right, our coach of the year, the Home Depot coach of the year, is what they do. Let's let you go. I think we didn't went different here, didn't we?
Yeah, since I picked Will Stein for the Broyles Award, I'm not gonna go Oregon here for Home Depot Coach of the Year. I'm gonna go with Indiana head coach Signetti.
Mm-hmm.
I think obviously he hit the portal and he brought all those additions with him, and he loaded up the talent that way. But I just feel like, man, what to go 11-1 with Indiana, really impressive. just to start right there. That's really impressive. It's really impressive to do that. This is his first year.
Yeah, first year at Indiana. Yeah.
That new. I'm sure he brought a lot of his staff with him, but new pieces together, putting together a transfer portal heavy class coming together. I just felt like that was really impressive for me. So I'm gonna go Kurt Cincinnati, Indiana.
Yeah, I hope we have some South Carolina fans watching because I've been labeled a Shane Beamer hater,
I
and I
love this.
will admit, I am not Shane Beamer's biggest fan. He annoys me at times. I will admit that. I think he's goofy at times, but I can separate the two. I can dislike somebody and still think they did a phenomenal job. I
Yeah.
picked South Carolina to be like 3-9. Most people had them at the bottom of the SEC.
Uh-huh.
I thought he was probably going to get fired this year, and he went 9-3. I thought his OC hire sucked, and it actually ended up being a really good OC hire. I thought the guy did a phenomenal job building the offense around Sellers. I just think Shane Beamer needs to get his flowers, even if I don't like him or I don't like his little gimmicks sometimes, and his press conferences are annoying.
I learned to kind of like a little bit of it.
I have too a little, ain't that? Well,
His post game interviews, I learned to like it a little bit. He's kind of funny
yeah,
in a way, because he's like funny, serious in us in a way. He's a funny, serious.
yeah. He's growing on me. He is growing on me. But the
Yeah,
man deserves his flowers, man. Nine and
oh,
three,
I like that pick. I like that pick.
and I think they got a really big year coming next year.
They're
And
very well close to being 11-1. If you think
yeah,
about it, 2 points to Alabama, they should have beat LSU. So
yeah, yeah. We're talking about if the ball bounces.
and look, if you ask any program in the country, the team they don't want to play tomorrow, everyone's not saying Oregon. If they probably saying South Carolina.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep. I wouldn't want to play them. I'd rather go back and play Bama or Ole Miss.
yeah,
Try my
right,
luck with them.
right.
But yeah, he's done a phenomenal job.
And yeah, bro, he's doing great with the recruiting too. I remember I just recently checked. I think he had a top 20 class. So like, man, he's stacking up to
Yeah,
do that.
and he's keeping
That's not,
all his best players.
and he's retaining. Yep,
It
man.
was announced today Shamor Stewart is coming back.
Shamar Stewart's coming. He was a junior and coming back.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn.
And signed him $1.5 million NIL deal.
Yeah.
So that'll make anybody want to come back.
Uh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's coming back. But yeah, all right, Joe Moorhead Award. This is one of my favorite awards. Yeah, because it gives an award to the big uglies, the guys that don't ever get the love, the attention.
I like
The
it.
finalists was Army, Oregon, and Texas. It really came down for me, two of them. I thought Texas's O-line was a little too inconsistent this year. It really came down to Army and Oregon for me. I love Army. I think they've done a phenomenal job. But Oregon's O-line to me has done the best job because they really kept Dylan protected. They've done a good job in pass pro, and they've done a phenomenal job at run blocking. So I'm going Oregon. I think you went Oregon too, didn't you?
Yeah, I agree with you here. I'm going Oregon for the Joe Moore Award. Let's see. Oregon went undefeated. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see how much. I was gonna look up some stats on Oregon, but yeah, I'm going Oregon. Oh, okay. He was sacked 13 times on the year, Dylan Gabriel. So not terribly bad at all.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll for Army's case, they run that triple option. They like to dominate the ground with the running. So I see why they nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give my credit to Oregon right here. They went undefeated. I'll give the credit to their O line.
Yeah, definitely. And
They did only undefeated team, huh? Only undefeated team.
yeah, only undefeated. All right, so now let's go to our best play, biggest games, and biggest upset of the season. Who is your best play? Because I don't even think you told me.
Man, since you said the Alabama play, I can't get it out of my head, man. I can't get it out of my head. Yeah, whenever Ryan Williams made that catch against Georgia,
Yeah.
kind of,
Are you kidding us?
Yeah.
let's see, it's about to play again. Yeah, but this
Yeah,
was that this was definitely
Yeah, it's
probably
about
a play of the year. If everyone remembers this play, everyone it's a
yeah,
memorable play.
and I know Austin's watching. I think it was at this moment I broke my umbrella.
Yeah. Now they
In
had
half.
they had some really great catches on the year, but I think for as
Mhm.
far as play of the year, this probably has to be it. Probably we had some really great one hand
Yeah,
catches.
I agree.
They had a lot of one hand catches, phenomenal one hand catches, but I think for play of the year, I think that meets the criteria.
Yeah, and don't remember he's only 17. Don't
Yeah.
forget.
Yep.
All right, biggest game. Who'd you go with there?
Biggest game, man. They had a lot of them, huh? They had a lot of them this year. To me, I think the biggest game was Oregon and Ohio State. I think back in like week 5 or week 6, mid year. I think that was the biggest game.
Mhm.
Remember whenever Will Howard he slid with no time remaining at Oregon. Yeah, I think biggest game was Ohio State at Oregon.
Yeah. I went with I went. I want to be a little different because we did touch on Ohio State, Oregon last. I do think it is probably the best game. I wanted to go a little different. I'm going to go Bama UGA. Just the range of emotions in that game. I remember watching it, and I remember
Yeah.
watching Bama go up, and I was like, oh no, not again. And then seeing the comeback happen, and was like, oh my god, this is the biggest comeback in UGA history. It would have been if we would have won. And then to watch the Ryan Williams play, or to watch Georgia drive down, get the lead, and
Yeah.
then just have that. Like, I had so many emotions that night. It wasn't even it crazy. It was a roller coaster of emotions. It was just up and down, up and down. And
Yes.
the Oregon Ohio State game, it just went back and forth all night. That game, it just had it was just a roller coaster, man, and it was crazy.
Man, Alabama freaking 28-0 that comeback, Carson Beck driving the finish. Yeah, they had so many different, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it is. I've never watched a game with that much emotion. Meaning, like going from my team sucks, we can't ever beat Bama, they're our daddy, to we're back, screw
Yeah.
Bama, and then to
Yeah, we can't.
watch them win again. It was
Ah, shit, we suck again.
yeah, that was me. I was just sitting there like, we suck again. All right, biggest upset of the season. We both agree here. I mean, there's an obvious choice, right?
Yeah. Northern Illinois over Notre Dame, boy.
Yeah. What was the spread on that one? Wasn't it like 21.5?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than that, but yeah, Northern Illinois over Notre Dame. I'm gonna give that as the upset of the year. And look, only Notre Dame's only loss.
Yeah.
So look, hey, if it was a 14 playoff, they probably make it, huh? Even if you think if they lost and just won the rest of the year,
I
the
think
committee
so.
would have been like, oh, look at Notre Dame,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so. They're going to get the benefit of the doubt. I
That's
do
crazy.
think Notre Dame has gotten better.
That's crazy how you could lose a game like that and still make the playoffs. But I mean, we expanded now, so it's not that
Yeah.
crazy to think of actually.
Not anymore. And they're just going to keep expanding this stupid thing, but we'll save that for the off season. We'll complain in mine.
We hit we hit all the awards.
Yeah, that was all of them, man. That was all of them. This was a fun episode. We had a really good. We averaged just about our normal viewership.
Yeah, if anyone in the lobby, man, if y'all have any, disagreements or anything on the awards that we talked about, post something in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, I would love to one day hopefully do a mailbag episode. That'd be cool. We need to get that going.
Or a little call-in radio, like
yeah, that would be awesome too.
that would be
Yeah,
sick. Don't look
it
at your boy Stone's going crazy in the lobby right now.
Yeah, I see that. He's talking his junk. I wish I had my fantasy championship ring I won in our fantasy league and show him that, because he's since he can't defend himself right now, he's not on the show. He's the Mark Rick of our fantasy group.
Oh,
he always gets in. He always gets in like first place at the beginning, and then he loses. And it's sad because his wife is actually better than him at fantasy.
Is the wives in y'all league too?
Yeah. Well, it's actually it's a pick'ems league. It's not really fantasy football, but it's a college football pick'ems league, and his wife is I'm like Nick Saban in the league, and his wife's like Kirby Smart, and Austin's like Mark Richt. He's good, but he's just not quite good enough.
Not quite good enough, huh?
He just you're gonna regret this.
Why is that big?
Oh man. It's the daddy comment that got it. It had me
Yes.
rolling.
So, man, what show y'all hitting Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday we're gonna do a really cool show. We're gonna preview Army Navy, me, Austin, and Brian, and then we're also gonna get into the transfer portal. It's that time of the year. We have a rule: we don't talk the portal during the season, but the season's over.
The portal's popping or it's going down.
Yeah, it's time to talk about it. It's like over 1,000 kids are in it. We got a lot of, we got a couple of big names.
Some teams are in the 20s already. Like,
yeah, and Georgia's had a kid that jumped into the portal and then announced he's back after a day.
See, that's why I don't even trip over 5 stars anymore. I mean, 5 stars could come and they go in the next year. Like I don't even care about it anymore, really.
It's so hard to get excited about recruiting classes now.
Yeah, because most teams aren't even keeping. I can even say 80% of their classes, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get excited. I used to get super excited when we would get that 5-star quarterback.
You're just gonna get your hopes let down, kind of.
Yeah.
Getting excited in recruiting classes.
Yeah, it's hard to get excited. I just mainly nowadays it's just football for me. I just used to love.
Yeah, but one thing I did notice is that we didn't really have no really dominant team. Well, we're gonna see if Oregon could pull through, but it was kind of like a lot of mid teams almost in a way.
Yeah,
you get that vibe in a way, kind of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I do think that's because of the
parity was good for the sport, but I don't know about all the mid teams across the board. I would like to see a little bit more dominance.
Yeah, and but I do think last show you brought up is Oregon the quietest team, and I really do think they are. I don't think they get enough love.
Me, it's either them or Michigan last year, but I still feel like Michigan last year was talked way more than what Oregon did.
Yeah,
I remember we were talking about Michigan quite a good bit. Oregon, everyone just ranked Oregon 1 every week, but didn't really talk about them.
No, and I think right now we haven't done our picks or nothing, but I think I said it Sunday. If I'm picking today, it's Oregon, and I'm not even thinking twice about it.
But what sucks about Oregon is that they had that toughest draw.
Oh gosh, yeah.
That was so stupid.
So stupid. Don't get that rant. You're gonna get it on the rant.
They might have Ohio State rematch or a tough Tennessee team coming. So
we talk about how we care so much about the regular season, and they're gonna give the team that's the number 1 ranked team in the country, went 13-0, won the Big Ten, and you're going to reward them with the toughest side of the bracket. Like they have to play Tennessee or Ohio State. That's ridiculous. And then the 2 with the easiest is the conference championship losers. Like Texas has a just breeze.
We're gonna have some changes coming.
Oh yeah,
they have to.
Yeah, they have to. It's got to change. If it doesn't change, we don't even need to talk about that. It's gonna change.
College football fans are too passionate. The NFL, I can see shit just sliding, and no one cares. No, not in college football. We're gonna we're riot, bro. Show up, bro.
Yeah, and before we get off, but they had talked about they have already talked about, and I really love this idea. They've already talked about the 4 buys just being the top 4 ranked teams, no automatic for the 4 buys.
That's what they need to be.
Yeah. So if that happened this year, it would be Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Texas. That would be your 4 buys, I think.
Yeah. How many teams make the playoffs in the NFL?
14 with 2 buys.
Just 1 seed and 1 seed, though.
Yeah. Which we can get into that too. They're talking about going to 14.
I'd rather less buys than 4, to be honest. 4 is a lot, kind of in my eyes.
I would rather 2 buys. Yeah. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I would too, because I would rather, and I know people get mad at this, especially people of other conferences. But I personally think the two buys should go to the SEC and Big Ten. I'll be honest. I
Yeah,
know
but get rid of the conference shit and just put it the best overall for sure.
that's what it should be. Just put in the best 12 or the best 14.
Then maybe only 2 buys instead of 4.
Yeah, that's what it should be, but they ain't gonna do that. But all right, well, we hit about 40 minutes. This was a great show. Had about our normal viewership. Really appreciate y'all. We had a huge show Sunday. We're gonna keep growing, keep making this thing big. I know it seems like I'm begging y'all. I don't know. I was thinking today, I ain't even told Season if I got to do a freaking gift card giveaway or something to get y'all to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel, man. Hey,
Yeah.
At CFB_season.
Yeah, and we don't care. You can watch us on Twitter. Just it'll take 2 seconds. Just go to YouTube, hit subscribe, and then every week, every time we do the show, you can watch on Twitter. Yeah. We just need the subscriptions to go up on YouTube, so that way we can continue to grow this show. The way we can grow this show is to get the subscribers up in YouTube, and that way we can do cool things like giveaways. We can do live call-in shows. We can add more people to the show. We can add more shows. There's just so much. We could have a shop with merch, all kind of stuff. We could do all kind of stuff, but that can't happen unless y'all subscribe to YouTube. So
we appreciate the love, man. Next year we really take off. This was our first year kind of doing it. So I mean we got our feet wet and built a solid foundation. So
yeah, we really have. And we got a good group of guys. So y'all tune in Thursday. No guest interview this week, but next week we are, because next week is going to be good content. It's the playoff week. We've got the playoff games to preview. We're going to have a guest to preview maybe Tennessee, Ohio State, probably. That seems to be the biggest. And yeah, we're gonna ramp it up next week. It's gonna be good. And then me and Season will do our recap of the first round playoff game Sunday.
Yep, sounds great.
And Season and Laser, y'all doing y'all's Thursday?
I'm gonna see if Lasers is in this week.
Yeah, if that happens, check that out Thursday and at halftime of the Thursday night football game. So appreciate everybody.